teams have won a game. And for the Angels, some of the bats starting to come back to life. Specifically, Kendry Morales, who has gone 5 for his last 5 after a slump.
Well, he was 3 for 28, trying to pull every single pitch, and the pitchers made that adjustment against him. But this game just the other night, he gets a pitch at the inside part of the plate, kept his hip tucked, and drove that ball out of the ballpark. He's made some nice defensive plays there, but the big thing you look for Kendry is when the pitch is out over the plate going the other way, when they come inside, that's when you see the power of production come once again. 4 hits last night and a walk, a great at bat against Rivera to work that walk. Tremendous numbers. The numbers that pop out at me here: 31 home runs, 99 RBI in the season. Kendry has been fantastic and also playing some solid defense at first base.
Obviously, he'd love to get RBI 100 here today. Scott Kazmir will be on the mound for the Angels, and A.J. Burnett, a guy who can always be tough for the Yanks.
Well, it should be a great pitching matchup. Granted, it's the big A, daytime the ball can fly out of here, but A.J. of late, though, he's got that power fastball, great curveball, but only 1 win in his last 10 starts, having a lot of trouble with the home run ball, so look for that to be a come and play today. Scott Kazmir's been great for the Angels, and also he's got tremendous numbers against the Yankees, who had his career 6-4 with the ERA in the 2s. So look for him to work that slider, which has been a difficult pitch for him. You need that slider changeup against this Yankee lineup that can hit the ball out of the yard themselves.
One more regular season matchup between the Angels and Yankees, and it's coming up. Baseball coming up. It's the Angels and the New York Yankees next from the Big A. Stores of the Angels, and by Carl's Jr., the teriyaki $6 burger with grilled pineapple, back at Carl's Jr. Back here at the Big A, where the Angels and Yankees get set to wrap up this three-game series on a warm, we could even call it hot, afternoon in Orange County. And we're being brought to you in beautiful high def by Time Warner Cable today. The Angels take the field. The Yankee lineup today a little bit different, probably because it's a day game. It's getaway day, so no A-Rod in there. Jeter, Hairston, and Teixeira. Hairston's playing third. Matsui's batting cleanup. Shelley Duncan is in right. Cano is playing second. Then it's Cabrera, Gardner, and Jose Molina. A little bit of a different look to face Scott Kazmir today.
Scott's pitched so well against the Yankees. That's why you see a number of these Yankee hitters getting the day off today. 5-1 versus the Yankees since 2007. Big thing when you look for Scott today, and talking to Mike Butcher the other day about Scott, is establishing that slider once again. Always identified as one of the best sliders in the American League. Fastball velocity, obviously want to stay around 91, 92, occasionally 94, but using that changeup, the slider, big pitch, particularly against the right-handed sticks of the Yankees.
The Angel defense behind Kazmir today. Rivera in left, Hunter in center, Matthews is in right. Then it's Figgins, Ibar, Kendrick, and Morales around the infield, with Mike Napoli catching Scott Kazmir today. Bright sunshine can be tough on the defense.
And it's really tough on an outfielder. Gary Matthews Jr., who's played all three outfield positions in his career as an Angel, now playing right. Good arm out there in right field, too. The key is charging that baseball if you have to. Of course, getting a good jump to be able to shield the eyes, not only with the glove, but with the sunglasses.
Mike Napoli is back behind the plate today after Jeff Mathis catching the last couple of games. With the heavy eye black on for Napoli. And Scott Kazmir ready to go as Derek Jeter steps in to start the ball game. Jeter having another great year, hitting .329. First pitch of the ball game to Jeter, fouled back.
Well, Derek doesn't waste any time swinging at that fastball. 2 games in a row up there hacking at that first pitch.
Wants to get that game started with a base hit if he can. One ball, one strike to Derek Jeter. You hear players talk all the time about what a long season it is. Well, look at Jeter's stats. He has 607 official at-bats. That doesn't count walks or sacrifice flies or sac bunts. Official at-bats, 607. That's a lot of times to go up there.
200 hits, too. So he's successful with that swing.
Strike 2 from Kazmir. Two balls, 2 strikes to Derek Jeter starting the game. It's a great day for the people here who are in the shade. The seats that are in the direct sunlight, that might get just a little bit toasty today.
Yeah, temperature's supposed to be over 100 degrees. Oh, but the field looks spectacular. Great shape.
The 2-2 on the way, and Jeter fouls another one back. Good catch made by a fan who never left his seat, just stayed right there seated, made the play.
Yankee fan took it away from an Angel fan right next to him. Good play.
Two-two to Derek Jeter. And another foul ball. Kaz has pitched very well as an Angel, Gooby, but this is one thing that has haunted him a little bit, is just when he gets to 2 strikes, having that out pitch.
And that's that big thing we were talking about, is that slider, reestablishing that slider. This velocity on his fastball early in this game is much better than it was at any point in his last time out against the Rangers.
Here's his 8th pitch to Jeter. And it's lined to right field. Matthews makes the catch. So Kaz wins the battle and retires Jeter to start the game. Jerry Hairston coming up. Hairston playing third base as they give A-Rod the day off today. This is Hairston's first appearance in this series. He has started 18 times since he joined the Yankees. One ball, one strike. Hairston's one of just a handful of major leaguers who have played all 3 outfield positions and all 4 infield positions. Today he's at third base.
Well, that allows you to stay around the major leagues for a long time. If you're versatile, you can play some positions, have a couple good at bats, spell some everyday players. Stay around for a long time if you're comfortable in that role.
One ball, 2 strikes to Hairston. Two and two. The Yankees clinched a playoff spot last night, beating the Angels while Texas was losing. The Angels' magic number 5 going into the game today. And the Yankees not too far away from clinching their division. They have a 6-game lead over the Red Sox. And there's ball 4 to Hairston on a high fastball. The Rangers play in Oakland tonight. The Angels up by 7.5 in the division. Magic number 5.
Tell you what, those last 2 pitches to Hairston were pretty close. Change up on a 2-2 pitch and that fastball on the inside corner. It missed by a lot.
Mike Everett behind the plate today. Mark Teixeira at the plate for the Yankees. The Angels could possibly clinch their spot this weekend here at home against Oakland, or maybe next week when the Rangers come in for a 4-game set. No balls, 2 strikes to Mark Teixeira.
I know Mike Scioscia never looks ahead, a 1 game at a time mentality, but I think if you can clinch this division quickly, you can give some guys some days off here and there. Not a lot of days off, because you want to keep the momentum going into the postseason. I think that hurt him going into the playoffs last year. But, you know, Torrey Hunter, give him a day off here and there. Other guys a chance to just be refreshed come playoff time.
High pop fly by Teixeira. Ibar and Kendrick are there, and Howie handles it. 2 down.
You know, Torrey, you know, he'll never admit it, but he's not 100%. Those 2 times running in the wall, once in Dodger Stadium, the other up in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Took its toll on him. It took a while for him to get back from the DL, but he's never going to shy away from that contact with the wall or diving for a baseball or trying to run out and beat an infield hit out.
I'm not sure he's 95 or 90 or 85% even, but he's going to play through it, and the Angels are better off with him in there. Here's Matsui at the plate. Shot into right field. Matthews coming on, and Gary makes the play. The Yankees gone in the top of the first inning. Going to see this Angel lineup today. Figgins, Ibar, and Abreu, Hunter, Morales, Rivera, and then the bottom third today is Kendrick, Matthews, and Napoli facing A.J. Burnett.
A.J. Burnett, 11-9 record, 4.22 ERA, but over the last 10 starts, very inconsistent. Fastball 96 to 99, a power curveball, a slider, and a changeup he uses a lot more, particularly against lefties.
Figgins at the plate for the Angels. With stuff as good as Burnett has, have you talked to New York people? Why has he been struggling this badly?
Well, I think what it comes down to, and talking to him, it's his arm slot he's been thrown at, more of a three-quarter delivery. He needs to bring his arm up a little bit better to get a more consistent arm slot.
Figgins punches a base hit into left field to start the first inning for the Angels. That was Melky Cabrera in left who fielded that ball. He's out there with Gardner and Shelley Duncan. Infield for the Yankees, Hairston at third. Jeter, Cano, and Teixeira. And Jose Molina today catching A.J. Burnett.
Well, Jose Molina, very, very strong arm. And A.J. Burnett, very quick. He's got a good pickoff move. He has 4 pickoffs this year. Jose, very quick at the catch and throw. So it's going to be a difficult task to try to steal in this combination.
Eric Ibar now for the Angels. Strike one to Eric.
These runners have been successful. 5 out of 7 attempts against this combination of A.J. Burnett and Jose Molina behind the plate.
Figgins dives back in. Teixeira holding him on.
That's one thing. Sean Figgins with 42 stolen bases, but has been caught 17 times.
The count 0-1 to Eric Ibar. Strike two from Burnett.
An 0-2 pitch. Burnett loves to throw that curveball in there, so that's not a bad pitch to try to steal on if that's what he's going to go with. That's a sign he's going to go with the curveball right to this spot.
Figgins not running, and Ibar strikes out. Curveball gets Ibar.
Look at that, a power 12-6 curveball, and that's what A.J. Burnett has. Pretty good arm slide he had on that pitch.
And with one out, Bobby Abreu coming up. The two winningest teams in the American League. The Yankees with 96 wins. The Angels have 90.
Well, we get a stat pack every day looking at the different stats around baseball. When you compare these two clubs, you can see why they're the best. Angels with the top batting average, Yankees second. Yankees is a slightly better ERA. Fielding, the Angels are third and Yankees are fourth. So they're so similar, so even.
And the games have played out that way. Line drive right field by Abreu is caught by Duncan. Well, it looked like he was looking right into that sun and wound up making a sliding catch.
One of those plays, too, that was hit on the line. So you got a good jump on there, too. They have the presence of mind to get up and try to throw out Sean Figgins at first. Well, you see, it was a difficult thing to be able to pick up. He was sliding in there, kind of hoping it would hit his glove, and that's what the case was.
With two out, Torrey Hunter steps in. Vlad Guerrero not in the lineup today for the Angels. Abreu is the DH, and Torrey is the cleanup hitter. The Yankees are good in just about every category, including day games, where they are 30-22. After this series, the Yankees go home to play the Red Sox. They've already clinched a playoff spot, but they could possibly clinch the division head-to-head against the Red Sox.
And that's always something they don't mind to do.
Sure, they wouldn't mind, yeah.
Since they get along so well.
There goes Figgy, and the pitch is grounded towards second base. Cano got back to get there and makes a nice play. Good play by Robbie Cano.
And why he's covered, they assume he's going to be hit that ball that way.
Angels gone in the first. Shelley Duncan to lead off for the Yankees. Over the last 5 years, these two teams have won more games than anybody else.
They do it with pitching, be able to swing the bat and playing solid defense. Both these clubs win big games in the right situations, too.
No surprise the Red Sox would be right there third. Oh, 0-1 to Shelley Duncan. Duncan is hitting 143. That's 1 for 7. Kazmir jumps ahead of him 1-2. Duncan playing right field today. Robbie Cano and Melky Cabrera also due up this inning. And Kazmir gets his first strikeout of the day.
I'll tell you what, his fastball has been very good early on in this game with some decent movement, too, at 94. Good mechanics on top of that pitch. Hits the outside corner. Also, a nice job of setting up the hitter by Mike Napoli behind the plate in a good frame to be able to throw to.
Cano at the plate. He's having a big year, hitting .321. And still young. Cano is just 26 years old. So still has a big future here.
You look at the best since 05. Kazmir at the top. John Lackey also in there. CC in the ballpark today for the Yanks. John Lackey just having fun in the dugout, pitching that second game of the series on Saturday versus Oakland. Possibility that day. That's the day I think the Angels are going to clinch it on Saturday.
You have Saturday?
Yeah, I think John Lackey's has some great numbers against Oakland, too.
Well, that's the earliest possible. If they won today and Texas lost, it would be 3. Angels don't play tomorrow, but Texas does. So if they lost tomorrow and lost Friday, so I guess it's possible Friday with all Angel wins and all Ranger losses.
You doubting me, Rory?
Well, you said Saturday. You've certainly got a shot at it.
Yes.
I hope it is, because that'll give you an opportunity to race from here down to the field to jump up and down and run around.
Nothing speaks celebration. Jumping on that pile with your suit on. It's a great feeling.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Robbie Cano. The way your leg's been feeling, you probably could get down there. It wouldn't take you more than about 30 minutes.
Or 3 weeks. One or the other.
Fly ball into center field by Cano, and Torrey Hunter makes the play.
Well, just so nice to see that first step that Torrey Hunter takes on a fly ball out to him.
It always seems to be the right way, doesn't it?
Exactly, because he's looking in from the outfield, trying to figure out what pitch Scott Kazmir is going to throw, and then he's going to judge which way the ball is going to go. Is it a breaking ball? Is it a fastball? I can have that one quick step. You can see, make it easy, make that play.
Melky Cabrera. He's playing left field today. And he hits one hard, but he hit it to I-bar. That's usually an out. The Yankees gone in order in the second. No score, heading for the bottom half. Lights right now, bottom of the second inning in the bright sunshine. Here at the Big A, no score. And Kendry Morales. We talked about him in the open today. He is 5 for his last 5. He went 4 for 4 with a walk last night. Homered in his only at bat Monday.
Well, that was an impressive at bat against Rivera. 2 in that 9th inning to work that walk.
One ball, one strike to Kendry. He'll be followed by Rivera and Kendrick.
See, the key for success for Kendry is now when he goes on that pitch in the outside part of the plate, going the other way. Now you see more pitches inside, which is his nitro zone to hit it out.
2-1. So that's his nitro zone.
Yes, inner half. Away, if you're going to pitch him away and he tries to pull that ball, they're going to stay away. You want to force him back into the spot where you can drive it.
He drives a ground ball past Cano for a base hit. 6 for his last 6.
You see Jose Molina setting up on fastballs in, the curveball inside, because he's made that adjustment once again. Gets a curveball out over the plate, inner half, base hit for Kendry.
Juan Rivera up there now for the Angels.
What's so funny, Roy?
What zone was that he threw that pitch into?
The nitro zone. The inner half. See, you didn't believe me, did you, Rory?
Now I do. Now I see the brilliance of your remarks. 1 ball and 1 strike to Juan Rivera.
I know it takes time for you to start believing in me, Rory, but it takes, you realize the opportunity's there. Rest upon you right now.
And if it's in the nitro zone, then what happens? Big fly?
Possible big fly, at the very least, a base hit. 6 in a row.
You have this game analyzed down to the most meticulous detail.
Well, a lot of hard work. Preparation.
Yep, endless. Just
trying to help you out, Rory.
Very admirable.
Just trying to be your Ed McMahon.
1-2 to Juan Rivera. Up and in on him. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Interesting the other day when Juan Rivera hit that ball to left center field. Thought he hit a home run. Went into a home run trot. He apologized to Mike Socia after that game. He said it would never happen again. Guarantee if he hit that same ball today in the daytime, though, he can go into a home run trot.
I don't think he will, though, until it goes over the fence. One out on strikes this time.
Boy, that's a firm fastball. 97 on the outside corner. You see this location. Jose Molina setting up. He's so quiet behind the plate, too. Gives a good target to throw to, and Burnett hit it right there. Better arm slot so far in the game for A.J. Burnett. As far as make sure he's not throwing too sidearm. And the ball will run out over the plate more often when you do that.
1 out, 1 on. Howie Kendrick up there. Howie hitting .297. He's been hot lately also. So has Morales, who gets back to first.
Sean Figgins is getting hot again, too.
And the Angels keeping their fingers crossed that it's all coming at the right time. Two and 0 to Howie. After today, the Angels have 10 games left, regular season. So that's a decision for Socia, I think, after you've clinched it and the lineup is just starting to come around again. How much rest do you give some players who might just be starting to get their swing back? It's normally what you would do after that period.
That's a tough call. I think what you'll see also is starting pitchers not pushing their pitch count up too high, and certain guys out of the bullpen going every other day instead of every day pitching. So there's some adjustments to be made to make sure you're fresh for the playoffs.
Kendrick takes 3-0. It's 3-1 now.
Depending on which format the Angels would get as far as first round of playoffs, playoffs could be start 2 weeks from today or possibly Thursday.
Right. And it would be at home.
You got Joe Saunders there. Certainly pitching like he wants that spot in the rotation for the playoffs. 5-0 and 6 starts coming back from the DL. Wow, he pitched great against the Yankees his first game. 8 1/3.
Full count to Kendrick, 3-2. Morales goes. Howie hits a fly ball down the right field line. Shelley Duncan, a long way to go, and just runs out of room.
What a good effort by Duncan. His dad's the pitching coach for the St. Louis Cardinals, Dave Duncan. It's not a real forgiving wall he ran into at full speed. Wow. Looking for it, fans. Right off the hands, unable to make the play.
The fan didn't reach over, though, into the field of play, so it's not fan interference. (3-2) to Kendrick. Morales running, and Howie fouls another one off the same way, out of play. The Angels will have a couple of days off. They'll play on Sunday in Oakland, the last game of the regular season, and then open up either Wednesday or Thursday. There are workouts in there. I think 1 or 2 of them are mandatory, aren't they? As far as when you're in the playoffs, MLB says you have to be there and do certain things with the press.
Interviews and everything, yes.
Yep. Howie strikes out, and they don't get Kendrick. The throw skips into center field, but Morales will stay at second. Jose Molina with a better throw may have had him, Goody.
Yeah, he had a real good chance of getting there, but it bounced. Kenny Morales with his second stolen base on the season. plenty of time to be able to get him. Going on a 3-2 pitch. The third time may have been wearing him out a little bit, but he still gets a stolen base and scoring position for Gary Matthews Jr., who had a big pinch hit last night to drive in a run.
And the Angels doing well with runners in scoring position this series. 7 for 21, which is .333. Gary Matthews hitting .245. Takes one up and in from Burnett. High fastball with some pop on it right there. One 1-0 to Matthews.
Gary may be hitting .245, but hits very well with runners in scoring position. .347. When he's getting his hits are key situations.
3-0 to Gary. Napoli would be next. And a 4-pitch walk to Gary Matthews. Fans, the Angels are bringing back the ultimate hat, the Angels military style hat. Back by popular demand, all fans here Friday will receive a free Angels military style hat, courtesy of Autotrader.com, the ultimate automotive marketplace. There's the hat right there. You can get your tickets at angelsbaseball.com, and we'll be giving it away Friday.
Just a couple days away. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep.
You'll be jittery during the off day thinking about it.
I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Napoli pops one foul, strike one.
Well, I don't think that's a military hat right there. That looks like a hat you can kick back and relax. It's a great shade.
It's a good day to wear a hat and try to keep cool if you can.
The Jimmy Buffett look. Make sure you're covered up.
0-1 to Napoli. Good fastball by Burnett. 97. Strike two.
Mike Napoli is trying to get healthy. A little touch of the flu the last few days. Getting back into an opportunity to play. You got to gear up against a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Not an easy task.
2 on, 2 out in the second. And Napoli goes down swinging on a breaking ball. The Angels leave 2 men on base. No score after 2 innings.
here.
You think that's what
That's
it is?
what it was. Now they're going to run in there.
Okay. Brett Gardner leads off the third inning for the Yankees. Kazmir's allowed just one base runner. That was on a walk. Oh, and 1 to Brett Gardner. Scored the winning run on a sacrifice fly last night in the ninth inning.
Well, when you look at the way Scott Kazmir is throwing the ball today and what he's meant to this rotation, pitching exceptionally well. 1-1 mark, 1.42 ERA, and what he's done against the Yankees too in his career, 6-4. Chance to be able to give the Angels the series win here after that tough one you touched base on last night. Yankees manufactured that run to win. The help of Brett Gardner's speed. And Kazmir giving Mike Scioscia his best rotation he's ever had as the manager of this club.
Butch had Kaz in Tampa Bay, of course. And they have just, as they say, picked up right where they left off. 2-2 pitch. Grounded back to Kazmir, off of him. He goes to get it. Gardner beats it out. Gardner has great speed, and there was a perfect illustration right there.
Boy, hit off his body to knock it down, Scott did. As he was falling towards third base. He hit him in the thigh area, recovered. That extra hesitation to be able to get in the glove and out of the glove allowed Gardner to beat that out.
That's the first hit for the Yankees today.
And Mike Scioscia was pointing out to wonder if it hit him in his throwing hand. But Scott just showed him it looked like it hit him in the thigh area.
The first 8 hitters Kazmir has faced, he's thrown a first pitch strike on all of them. So we'll see if he goes 9 for 9 here against Jose Molina. First, the throw to first.
Well, a lot of times you throw the first there just to be able to see if the batter's going to tip off what kind of play the Yankees are going to put on. Is he going to square around the bunt? Like Jose was going to do that.
He's a pretty good bunter, Jose Molina. Figgins is about even with the bag at third. Jose not bunting, hits a fly ball down the right field line. Gary Matthews in fair territory makes the catch. One out in the third.
Well, by not bunting there indicates to me that the Yankees are probably going to try a stolen base. Gardner very good. 23 stolen bases. A limited role so far. George already had Jeter bunting in Yankee Stadium the other day with first and second no outs. But Molina, bat number 9, not up there bunting.
I think they'd rather try to steal the bag and have Jeter knock him in. Jeter lines it foul. 0-1.
Doesn't look like Gardner's feeling real comfortable getting a lead against Scott Kazmir. He's going back towards the base. Trying to get himself in position to get a good enough lead to be able, if he guesses right, maybe he'll try to steal second base.
He's 10 out of 10 now on first pitch strikes. Oh, and 1 to Jeter.
You can see he's still having a tough time getting that lead. Kazmir with a good pickoff move to first, quick to the plate. such an advantage to be a left-handed pitcher in these situations.
It's 0-1 to Derek Jeter. Oh, 2 now to Derek. You hear pitching coaches say it all the time. Your most important pitch is strike one. And Kazmir is 10 for 10 in that category.
Well, it gives you so many options if you're ahead of the count. Look at the overall numbers for hitters when it's 1-0 compared to 0-1 is pretty significant. Because if you're behind in the count, you're going to be more apt to throw fastballs, and most hitters prefer to hit the fastball.
It's 0-2 to Jeter, who takes one up and in. Jeter's numbers not very good against Scott Kazmir.
And that's a lot of at-bats, too. 34 at-bats. Only 4 hits.
One and 2 to Jeter. Ground ball wide of third. Figgins gets it to second for one. Double play. And that takes the threat away.
Boy, what a play by Sean Figgins. Not only he makes that play, but he makes a throw to second as his momentum's going away from his throwing position. And then a good turn by Howie to get the 5-4-3 double play.
A yellow shirt to the game today, Gooby.
Barry Weinstein, one of our producers, the dubber, saying hi, Rory.
Yep. Bottom of the third, top of the order for the Angels right here.
Dubber, a big Angel fan, too. Not only gets to work the games, but a big Angel fan. Has been his whole life.
Oh, and 2 the count to Figgins.
Well, that is a big Angel fan.
We rented that. That doesn't belong to the Angels. Just for the day.
Is to show his support for the club?
1 ball and 2 strikes to Figgins. Figgy had a base hit his first time up. Right back back up the middle, and Sean Figgins now 2 for 2. If Figgy stays hot, Morales stays hot, Kendrick stays hot, it's almost like you've made some trades and you're a much better team.
Boy, there's approach. A curveball goes right up the middle with that. He is, this club during the month of August was just crushing the ball. In July also. With the way the pitching staff, particularly the starting pitchers, are throwing, gives them a much better chance not only to advance past that first round, but get an opportunity to win that second world championship.
Eric Ibar up there. Eric looks like he's on his way to a career high batting average. The Angels now have had a leadoff single in all 3 innings. Burnett throws to first for the out. Figgins takes second.
Works as well as a bunt on that one too, and Hairston was smart enough to run right back to third base because he saw Sean Figgins thinking about going to third. When you have the third baseman, a pitcher, and catcher converging for a baseball, you leave that third base open. Good throw, Burnett. Sean Figgins thought about going to third.
He's at second base now with 1 out. And Bobby Abreu, DHing today, steps in. Abreu hit one on a line to the right fielder his first time up.
I think Mike Scioscia is also going to get the luxury of resting Eric Ibar and Kenny Morales. They're not used to playing this many games at the big league level, too. So get a little rest once that division is sewed up.
Strike 1 to Abreu. After this series, the Angels play the Oakland A's over the weekend, 3 games. Then Monday, the Angels begin a 4-game series with Texas, prior to going up to Oakland next weekend to finish up the regular season. 0-2 to Abreu. Oakland coming in Friday night here to the Big A, and they've been a hot team, Gooby. They have won 8 of their last 10.
They're starting to hit.
Their record was way down. Now they're only 7 games under 500. Strike 3 called on Abreu, who obviously, judging by his reaction, thought that pitch was inside.
Well, that was a nasty 2-seam fastball. The one that starts at the left-hander's hip and comes back in the corner. You can see that movement.
Wow.
A lot of movement on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
Two out, Torrey Hunter coming up.
Torrey just 1 hit away from 1,500 in his career. An opportunity to be able to give the Angels a 1-0 lead.
He'd like to go ahead and get that hit. He's 0 for his last 9. And now make it 10 as Gardner stays with that one and makes the catch. he's happy he came down with that one. No score after 3 innings. with it long enough to catch it. And we get to the top of the fourth in a scoreless game with Jerry Hairston leading off for New York.
This is a completely different stadium playing in the daytime as compared to night. Just like in Dodger Stadium. Heavier air at night, doesn't carry as well, but in the daytime it just flies.
Jerry Hairston walked his first time up. Two and 0. The Red Sox play at Kansas City a little bit later. Kansas City's been a hot team. It looks like nobody in the American League will lose 100 games, but in the National League, the Washington Nationals are right at 99 going into tonight's game with the Dodgers.
Why is it they didn't bring up Strasburg at the end of the season just to give the fans there in D.C. an opportunity to smile? #1 draft pick.
Strike 3 call to Jerry Hairston.
I'm liking Mike Everett behind the plate. He's not afraid to ring up a hitter. Fastball inside corner executed perfectly.
Second strikeout for Kazmir.
Nice frame too by Mike Napoli.
Mark Teixeira at the plate now for the Yankees. 0-1 to Tex. He popped out to second his first time up. One ball, one strike. And now Everett walking the baseball out to Kazmir. I think Everett needed a little moment to walk this one off.
Well, break a pitch there got have a rate in the stomach.
He went out to tell Kaz, don't throw that pitch again. 1-1 to Mark Teixeira. Other than be quiet, did the umps ever say anything to you, Gubin?
I had one umpire say, well, if you think the strike zone's small, wait till you see it the rest of the game. It's going to be the size of a breadbasket. I said, that's very nice. It's comforting, too, when you hear that. Especially with my control early in my career.
Gives you a lot of confidence going forward in that game, doesn't it? Down the right field line and a fair ball into the corner for Mark Teixeira. He'll stop at second base with a double. The opposite way, right down that line. Let's get to the Aflac trivia question now. Aflac! Derek Jeter has 7 seasons with 200-plus hits. Which 4 players in Angels history had 200-plus in a season?
Well, I know one of them's got to be Dean Chance. I just got to come up with the other 3. Well, Erstad certainly did it too.
That's
241.
No yep.
And Vladdy.
Matsui at the plate for the Yankees.
Rod Carew.
That sure seems like a good guess. Baylor seems like it might be a good guess.
You going to name the whole team, Rory?
Well, you took Dean Chance, so I can't.
But Garrett Anderson also.
2-0 to Matsui.
That's the pitch right there, that slider. A little bit flat. Not getting that good arm slot to be able to have that sharp break on that slider.
3-0. First base is open. Shelly Duncan is on deck. Matsui's 27 home runs this year are a record for a Yankee DH. Three balls, one strike to Matsui. Ball four. Two men on for the Yankees with one out. Shelly Duncan coming up. Scioscia might be wondering where that pitch was.
Every once in a while he'll give that look, but I don't think Kazmir was pitching around Matsui with the open base, because he's had a lot of success against Matsui. Just 5 for 27 against him. Just that location, and a couple of those pitches on that slider, they didn't get on top of it. Be able to hit the corner.
Duncan had 30 home runs in AAA. Struck out his first time up here against Kazmir. 0-1.
And he also had a pretty good swing. See the deep breath by Scott after that swing. Duncan, the guy, though, if you get a ground ball, you can certainly get a double play if you get it in your middle infielders.
Two on with one out. 0-1 to Shelly Duncan. No score in the fourth. Strike two call. Pops it up foul. It's a different lineup for the Yankees today. No Nick Swisher, no A-Rod. Posada's not playing. Johnny Damon's not in there. Giving players like Shelly Duncan a chance here.
Well, the Yankees coming into this against Scott Kazmir just hit .218 as a team. Kazmir's had success against anybody they put in the lineup.
And there's a line drive just off of Figgins into left field. The runners had to hold, but now Teixeira coming to the plate. The throw home. He is out at the plate. They tried to score Teixeira from second, and Juan Rivera guns him down.
Pretty surprised when they sent him home there, because it looked like originally we were going to hold him up. Juan Rivera, one of the strongest arms in baseball, particularly when you go in that left field position. Right off the glove of Sean Figgins, and it rolled in there, slowed it down just enough, but Juan Rivera charged it, got himself in great throwing position in the air, gets him at home.
Close play at the plate.
Take a look at our Howard's Exmo. Right there, the tag is applied before Teixeira's foot hit the plate.
He got him. So that goes as a base hit for Duncan, but Juan with great momentum taking him toward the plate to make that throw.
The key to be able to make that throw like that is to charge the baseball, be aggressive. That's what Juan Rivera did. Aggressively charged it.
The Yankees with runners at first and second, but now with two out, and Robbie Cano at the plate.
And also, Mike Napa did a good job, because he had to go over towards the third base side of the line and catch it while being screened by Teixeira coming in towards the plate, and then applying the tag.
Second and third, we should say. It's 0-2 to Cano now. Well, Juan is known for having a great arm out there in left field. Duncan at second, Matsui at third. And 1-2 to Robbie Cano.
I think third base coach Rob Thompson thought because that ball hit off of Sean Figgins' glove that they were going to take a chance and send him home, but Juan Rivera picked it up right away. Charged and made a perfect throw.
Two balls, two strikes. We remain scoreless in the fourth inning. He has his career high in home runs this year. Cano also has 65 multi-hit games this year, which is second in the major leagues. He's having a big year. Two balls, two strikes. Cano just stays alive there.
It still appears that Scott is trying to force that breaking pitch through the zone. I mean, you talk about dropping your elbow and not getting on top. You'll have that snap action on the slider. He's elevated that pitch. He did barely foul it off. It's going to be a key pitch to be successful in this run through the postseason for the Angels for Scott Kazmir, is getting that slider back.
Still 2-2. Mark Teixeira thrown out at the plate. Tagged out by Mike Napoli. Rivera making sure the sunglasses are set. Again the 2-2. This time it's pulled into right field for a run-scoring hit. Here comes Duncan to score the second run. 2-0 Yankees. And the ball getting past Napoli allows Cano to go to second. A 2-out, 2 RBI single for Robbie Cano.
Kazmir going over to cover first base was unable to be back in position to be able to back up the throw. Harry's charging that well. The third base line gets away from Mike Napoli, puts Cano in scoring position now. Tried to slide across to be able to block that baseball. There's no chance you're going to be able to get Duncan crossing.
Melky Cabrera up there now. He hit for the cycle on August 2nd, the 11th Yankee to ever do it. And he lines one into left center field. That one splits the outfielders. Cano scores. Melky Cabrera with a double. And the Yankees have taken a 3-0 lead. Kaz is fortunate now that Rivera made that play to get him out at the plate.
It's on the outside part of the plate, trying to get the corner with it, but unable to do so. And Cabrera's had one of the few Yankees have had success Again, Scott Kazmir coming in at 353, hits a double.
Brett Gardner, the batter, on that play where Matthews threw the ball in and it went by Napoli to allow Cano to get to second. They charged the error to Napoli. There's a strike to Gardner. And Gardner hits one to the left side. Rivera coming over. And Juan makes a nice backhanded catch in foul territory. But the Yankees put 3 on the board and lead the Angels 3-0. Players in Angels history had 200-plus hits in a season. Alex Johnson won a batting title. Erstad, Anderson, and Guerrero the other 3.
I'm surprised no Rod Carew in there.
Kendry Morales at the plate for the Angels.
Well, Rod would walk, too. He had a good eye at the plate. Certainly every time you look up, it was a 330, 340 batting average.
Kendry Morales is not only 1 for 1, but he's 6 for his last 6.
Angel record held by Benji Molina.
Three balls, no strikes to Kendry.
You wonder if he has the green light here. The Angels down 3-0. He's been swinging the bat exceptionally well.
Three and one. Watching A.J. Burnett, it's hard to imagine him struggling the way he has over the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Well, just that fastball through the Bobby Abreu alone, you wonder how it is possible. 96 with movement on the inside corner, then another 94-mile-an-hour fastball inside.
Full count to Kendry Morales, who pulls one foul first base side. And Kendry called out on strikes. Burnett fights back from 3-0 to strike Kendry out.
Boy, trying to paint that fastball in the outside corner. Better arm slot for A.J. Burnett today. Not his three-quarter action. So force at times the fastball to run out of the zone. 6 strikeouts already in the game.
Juan Rivera up there now. This is the first time in the game the Angels did not get the leadoff man on. Oh, 0-1 to Juan Rivera, who takes the breaking ball outside.
Well, AJ does a good job of this. It's like hitters do, that toe tap, or like you saw Johnny Damon with the open stance, but then brings it back. Pitchers have their timing mechanism also, and AJ turns his front shoulder to keep that good balance over the pitching rubber.
Dino Ebel dancing out of the way of that one.
This allows AJ to keep balance. See that turn of the shoulder, left shoulder, and then he keeps a good balance. The hip turn allows him to go forward, out over the front leg. Head right on the target all the way through the pitch.
And he's ahead of Rivera, 1-2. The Angels with 3 singles in the ball game so far. That's all. Rivera struck out his first time up. One and two.
See the grip right there on the knuckle curve to get on top of that pitch. See Mike Mussina threw that pitch very well. Or Gagne. You're putting all the pressure on the middle finger there when you're throwing the curveball. More so the other finger, the index finger, is there just to make sure you stay on top.
Now a full count to Rivera. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Three and 2 to Juan Rivera. And he draws a walk.
And here you can see that circle changeup right there. We always talk about with Jerome is that the OK sign. You put the baseball in there and you trust the grip. The ball just comes sliding out in your last 3 fingers. But the reason why the circle there is to be able to keep the balance on the baseball. Be able to get out in front. The grip takes the speed off the pitch.
Howie Kendrick up there at the plate. Oh, 0-1 to Howie. Burnett ahead on the count to Kendrick, 0-2. He struck him out first time up in the 2nd inning.
Howie, though, coming into the game against AJ, 4 for 8, now 4 for 9. Well, when he has that good curveball working, very difficult to be able to get a good sense of where he's going to try to pitch you.
Molina sets up outside, and the pitch just does miss. 1-2.
Boy, that was nasty. 96-mile-an-hour fastball, 2-seam fastball, trying to catch the outside corner. Now hit 0-1-2. They don't want to go hard curve. AJ wants to go inside with the fastball.
And that strikes Howie out for the second time today. Fans, this Saturday, all fans at the ballpark will spice things up a little bit with a free Fiesta platter, courtesy of Del Taco. You can get your tickets at angelsbaseball.com. That's this Saturday, the 26th, the Angels and the Oakland A's, and the free Del Taco Fiesta platter. 2 down in the inning now. Gary Matthews coming up. And Gary takes a strike.
Well, the way they're playing Gary Matthews Jr. here, he's batting for the left side. They assume because of that power fastball by A.J. Burnett, he's not going to be able to pull, but there's a huge gap in right center field. See this spot right here you got there, and you got all the way over to here to be able to drive that ball. Easily be able to get Juan Rivera in if you hit that spot.
Burnett has 7 strikeouts already. And it's 0-1 to Matthews. Matthews getting a start here today, playing right field. One ball, 2 strikes. A.J. Burnett has that look today, Gooby. He looks like he might be a little bit tough to get to this afternoon.
But there's got to be a reason why he's only won 1 out of his last 10 starts. With this kind of stuff, there must be a time during the game once he loses focus and makes a bad pitch or two. So it's going to be up to the hitters for the Angels to capitalize when he makes those mistakes. There's no reason you can only win 1 game in the last 10 with this type of stuff he takes out to the mound.
3 balls, 2 strikes now to Gary Matthews. And Burnett kind of snapped that ball back into his glove. Napoli hoping for a chance to get up there with men on base. Rivera at first with 2 out. And Matthews out on strikes. That is 8 strikeouts in 4 innings for A.J. Burnett. He strikes out the side in the 4th, and it's 3-0 Yankees.
Power fastball by a good fastball hitter.
The Yanks will have Jose Molina, the number 9 hitter in the batting order, to lead off. Then Jeter and Hairston against Scott Kazmir. Jose flied out to right his first time up. Oh, 1 to Jose Molina, who has a championship ring from 2002 as a member of the Angels. There's a fly ball. He hit it well into center field. That sends Hunter way back to the warning track, and Torrey tracks it down. Deep fly ball out by Jose Molina.
Well, you just never know in the daytime here at the Big A with how far that baseball is going to carry. He hit it pretty well. You can see by the reaction by Torrey going back, he thought he was going to get himself in position to make an easy play, but it's kept drifting and drifting. Going to go back to the warning track and by the wall to make the play.
Derek Jeter's 0 for 2 as he steps in. Jeter hit into a double play last time up. And he takes one low for ball 1. The Angels' record in day games is exceptional. 31-12. Last night, the Angels came from behind 5-0 down to tie it, and then lost it in the 9th, 6-5. One ball, one strike to Jeter. Fly ball foul right field side. And the count 1-2.
Derek still kind of moving his neck. Remember that head first slide in which he slid right into Eric Ibar at second base. Still feeling the effects of that slide. Remember sliding in there. At first, get the hand in there, and then his head goes right into the thigh and bends his neck back of Eric Ibar. You're never going to get Derek out of the lineup, though.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Derek. Two and two. Scott Kazmir getting close to 80 pitches in the ball game, and trailing by 3 against A.J. Burnett, who seems to have his very best stuff so far here today. Full count to Jeter. And he went around. That's strike 3 if they can get the ball down there, which they cannot. The ball got by Napoli. Jeter couldn't hold up. He looked a little surprised to be called out by the home plate umpire, but the strikeout does not result in an out.
Well, there was a couple times yesterday Derek Jeter had check swing he was called out on here. He definitely swung at that pitch in the dirt. The pitch, when a breaking pitch hits the dirt like that, has a different type of spin. Gets away from Mike Napoli.
Derek didn't run right away, but as it turned out, he had plenty of time to get down there. Now Jerry Hairston for the Yankees. Who was the best you ever had, Gooby, at where you knew if you threw that strike three in the dirt, the catcher was going to stop?
Brett Maine was.
Brett Maine?
Yeah, very good. He's a former first-round pick by the Royals. Played a number of teams. Great jump by Jeter.
He steals it easily.
That's 28 stolen bases on the season. Jeter, when you go against a left-handed pitcher, you're going on first movement, and he had 3 or 4 steps before the ball was delivered to home plate. Napoli with no chance to make that throw.
A strikeout and a stolen base, and the Yankees have a runner in scoring position. 0-1 to Hairston. Fly ball, center field. Torrey Hunter coming in. 2 down. And that'll bring up Teixeira, who lined a double the opposite way his first time up.
Now you can definitely believe there's a possibility of either Walker intentionally or pitching around Teixeira with the lefty Matsui on deck.
Napoli's down in the crouch, so they're going to pitch to him. Want to know. The first couple of pitches didn't look like he was pitching around him. Looks like he's going after him.
Well, Teixeira, 7 for 11 in his career against Kazmir, too. Trying to stay in on his hands, take away the power swing from him.
Two and one to Mark Teixeira. Jeter at second base with 2 out in the 5th. And a shot just foul outside of third.
Well, that didn't miss staying fair by a whole lot. Turned on that pitch.
That would have easily scored the run, but it was a foul ball, so it's strike 2, 2-2. Another one toward third and foul.
That time he threw a changeup, a good changeup too, but Teixeira fouled it off. It was a 78-mile-an-hour changeup. Now you could try to bust him in with a fastball.
Kept it away from him. Ball 3. And Kaz wanted that pitch.
Fastball in the outside corner. Thinking I want that pitch if I'm on the mound.
Sos wanted it, and he was in the dugout. Couldn't quite hang on to it, so still a full count. Napoli got hit by that foul ball.
Change up, foul tip. Deflected and got Mike Napoli.
Socia comes out probably more to sympathize than anything else.
You catch enough games like Mike Socia did, he probably knows exactly how Mike Napoli feels right now,
No
unfortunately.
doubt. Yep. Soch going with just the short sleeve jacket today. Full count here to Teixeira. Well, Mark's been pulling him foul in this at bat, hasn't he?
Well, we talked about when he bats on the left side how he shifts all the weight to that back leg. Same thing from the right side. You see him, as soon as a pitch is being made, he loads back in the back leg and then goes forward with an uppercut swing.
This is the 9th pitch of the at-bat.
So right when Kazmir's loading up to start throwing the baseball, that's when Teixeira puts the weight in the back leg.
And it's ball 4. So a long at-bat for Teixeira. It ends in a walk. 2 on, 2 out, and Matsui coming up. This inning is pushing Kazmir's pitch total up. This will be his 90th pitch of the game coming up to Matsui.
So no harm there with that walk because you had an open base. Now you go lefty versus lefty.
(1-0) to Matsui. Two on, 2 out. Had they come up with the pitch counts on the scoreboard yet when you were pitching?
No, it was never really a concern with the manager or the pitching coach. It's how you were throwing the baseball. If the guys were getting good swings against you late in the game, they had the clicker there to be able to tell how many pitches, but it was more of a reference point for them. I was happy they never did that. Besides, there was a couple games. I threw one game, I threw 163 pitches in a game. And that wasn't by design either. Just having no idea where to throw it.
Arredondo is getting loose in the Angel bullpen. There it is on the scoreboard for everybody to see now, and pretty much every stadium we go to.
Pretty good ratio of strikes for the amount of pitches.
And he gets Matsui to pop up. That's way up there as Kendrick backs out and makes the catch. Howie's staying with that high pop up. The Yankees leave 2. It's still 3-0 New York. Days play Friday night here. The final Big Bang Friday. Get your tickets at angelsbaseball.com.
Well, they do a great job on those fireworks on those Friday nights.
And they have for the last few years. It's always been one of the biggest attractions. Mike Napoli to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. Napoli struck out his first time up.
AJ has struck out the sides in the 2nd inning and the 4th inning to go along with 2 other strikeouts, giving him 8 for the game. Free and easy with that fastball today.
8 strikeouts in 4 innings for A.J. Burnett. The Angels open up their series with the A's Friday night. The Angels have Weaver, Lackey, and Saunders scheduled to pitch. That one gets by Jeter and into center field. Base hit for Napoli.
Well, it's good to see Mike shorten up his swing there because A.J. Burnett's going to supply a lot of that power with the 96, 97 mile an hour fastball. So shorten up your swing, keep your hands through the zone well, and you're going to have some good results. And that's what we see with the base hit by Mike Napoli.
Right now, let's take a look at our U.S. Marine Corps leaders of the game. Sean Figgins leads the American League in runs scored, a sometimes overlooked category, I think, Gooby, but that's the whole point of the game, isn't it?
It's all about that's the runs scored. If you might not necessarily be a 40 or 50 home run guy, but if you get on base via the base hit or a walk and score the runs, the table setters are every bit as important as a guy who can hit the ball out of the yard.
Figgy's been getting on with base hits, with walks. He steals bags.
Some great numbers as far as runs scored.
Line drive, fair ball down the right field line. Napoli around second, heading to third. Figgins to second base with a double.
Boy, how hot is Sean Figgins again? After he hit that home run down the left field line, just like Kendall Morales when he hit his home run. Got their swings back. Howard Exmo, so inside that swing, he was able to keep his hands inside his body and then get the bat head out and drive it down the right field line against a firm fastball.
Figgins is 3 for 3 today. The Angels have runners at second and third with nobody out. And Eric Ibar at the plate. Figgins is now 7 for 11 in this series. Strike 1 to Ibar. Ibar now, they'd like to see him get going. He is 1 for 11 in this series. Jose Molina going out to say something to Burnett.
Well, no matter how well you're throwing the baseball, there's always a course of a game in which a pitcher's going to have a challenge. And here's the challenge for A.J. Burnett. Now, for the Angels, take advantage of this opportunity.
Oh, 0-1 to Eric Ibar. He swung at that pitch, Gooby, which might have hit him had he not swung at it.
Well, it looked like it hit his foot. Otherwise, he would have the opportunity as a wild pitch. What are you talking about? A nasty curveball. Way out in front and hits him on the foot. His bat was so far out in front, you see by our Exmo replay, that the baseball had not even arrived yet when the bat went through the zone. It's a nasty curveball.
And 0-2 to Ibar. Same pitch, same result. He strikes out.
Well, if you see a batter swinging a pitch like that, you got to come right back that same spot. Comes right in there, 0-2. Oh, that's a nasty curveball. Most curveballs are going to be in the 70 range, but he throws his curveball in the mid-80s. Very important now for the Halos to be able to come through and get some runs across here.
That's 9 strikeouts for Burnett today.
Threw that no-hitter versus the Padres when he's a Marlin. That's a lot of pitches he must have threw with 9 walks and 7 strikeouts. I don't think they were worried about pitch count there.
Bobby Abreu up there takes ball 1. Bobby Abreu 0 for 2, lined out to right and struck out.
It's 128 pitches he threw in that no-hitter.
Well, that would have been a perfect game if not for those 9 walks.
Pretty close. I remember watching that game too, and after he threw the no-hitter, it was like everyone's walking around. All right, he threw a no-hitter, but with 9 walks, it just didn't seem right. Remember the Angels no-hit by Joe Crowley, who walked 10 guys against the Angels. Joe Cowley threw a no-hitter, walked 10, I think, in that ball game against the Angels.
Ground ball to the right side. Cano gets there to plug up the hole. He gets Abreu, but scoring from third, Mike Napoli, and the Angels get on the board. An RBI ground out by Abreu makes it 3-1 Yankees.
In that first game of the series, Cano with a big error, but here showing a lot of range. Making that play that gets in the outfield. It's a 3-2 ball game. Making a play, not only that, but turn around and makes a good throw to get Bobby Abreu at first base.
Figgins ends up at third base with 2 outs. And Torrey Hunter coming up. RBI for Bobby Abreu, number 98. Hunter hits a fly ball to right. Duncan is there to catch it. And the Angels settle for 1 run in the 5th. After 5 innings, the Yankees 3, the Angels 1. The 6th inning now from the Big A, 3-1 Yankees. With Shelley Duncan to lead the inning off for New York. Scott Kazmir still working. This is pitch number 94 coming up. 1-0 to Shelley Duncan, who singled off the glove of Figgins last time up. But that was the play where Rivera picked up that ball in left field and threw a strike to the plate to cut down Teixeira trying to score.
So nice play by Mike Napoli, not only to be able to field that with the baseball being screened coming in as Teixeira was sliding, but applied that tag just in time.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Duncan. They took a shot. They tried to score Teixeira, and Rivera made him pay.
Charged it well. See, the throw was away from the plate by the base runner coming in, but Napoli catches it and applies the tag. Well executed by both.
One and 2 to Duncan. Who chops one foul. Jason Bolger now warming up for the Angels. We mentioned Casimir's pitch count getting up there. His 99th pitch coming up. And it's still 2 and 2 to Duncan. Full count.
Big pitch here for Scott Kazmir. Let's get that lead batter after the offense responded, getting 1 run and getting back in the game.
The Yankees, for most of the first half, they did not look like a super team, but since the All-Star break, they have the best record in the major leagues. They've gone 45 and 19. And they now have the best record in the major leagues. Here comes the 9th pitch of the at-bat to Duncan. And he hits a high fly ball to center field. That sends Hunter way back. Warning track at the wall to catch it. He had the wall to think about. He obviously had the sun in his eyes. But Hunter stays with it, and he's looking up at that sky almost like it was trying to rob him.
Well, that ball was hit well, too, by Duncan. Torrey got back towards the wall and had to shield it, the sun, with his glove, the sunglasses, and jump up and make the play in front of the wall. You can see his reaction, looking up and go, "That's tough, that son." These day games are not easy.
Strike 1 to Robinson Cano.
Well, that got right underneath the mask. Mike Everett, that foul ball. Napoli held him up right away. Right in the mask. Napoli grabs a hold of him right away to make sure
he doesn't fall down.
Now Rick Smith's going to come out and check on him.
It's a very hot day, first of all, and they've been in the sun all day long wearing that mask.
When you think about when a pitcher's throwing the ball in the 90s and it's fouled straight back like that, the force it must come back at you as an umpire, and as you're trying to be able to focus in on, is it a strike or not, and then get the foul tip like that, it's difficult.
Now Everett can smile about it. Napoli laughs about it.
They're both saying, well, we've had some fun so far today with foul tips.
Everett making sure his mask is all right. Oh, and 1 to Robbie Cano. Oh, and 2. Cano's 1 for 2. He had a big 2-run single in the 4th inning. Hits that one in the air left side and out of play.
Well, Mike Scioscia would love to see a good clean inning out of Scott Kazmir here to be able to give him an opportunity to be able to get the victory. Yeah. That pitch count is getting up there for him.
Get him through 6 innings. He's about to make his 106th pitch, so this probably would be it for Kazmir. Strike 3 to Cano.
Now that was the good slider from Scott Kazmir. Had a good arm angle on that pitch. Great downward action. That's what you're looking for. See that sharp break. It was on top of that pitch. A lot of times when you drag that elbow, it's difficult. You see how his elbow's up high there to be able to snap that slider off and get it on the outside part of the plate. Perfect pitch.
2 out, Melky Cabrera at the plate. The game where you threw over 160 pitches, did you win it?
Yeah, the thing was we were up at that point in the 9th inning 16-1. And our manager, Billy Gardner, at the time, said, how do you feel? I said, well, I feel good. All right, go get him. I was thinking about 140 was probably enough. It was a day game in Kansas City on the turf in August. Clearly, you know I don't sweat a whole lot as it is.
I thought that might be a rain-shortened game when you first brought it up.
Well, there was a few times I was pretty close to that through 5.
How do you feel? Oh, great.
Perfect.
Just clinging to that 15-run lead, right?
I was thinking, I said, well, you got to believe you're comfortable taking out a starter when you're up by 15 runs in the 9th inning that somebody's going to get you 3 outs before 15 are scored.
You would hope so.
Yep. It was nice. I gave up a couple home runs in that 9th inning, too. It was good.
But you were able to bear down and get the win, Gooby. 2-2 to Melky Cabrera, who grounds one over the bag at first and into right field. Cabrera turns and holds on with a single.
Looking down to Mike Scioscia. He may give Scott Kazmir another batter, especially with Gardner being a left-handed batter. But you're checking in on Bolger to see if he's okay, ready to go.
Brett Gardner, the batter.
Bolger's been given a couple days off just to get that shoulder strong. Same thing with Kevin Jepson.
Lined into center, Hunter comes in and makes the catch. So Kazmir gets through 6 innings, trailing the Yankees 3-1. Kendry Morales leads off for the Angels. Kendry's 1 for 2 today. He has singled and struck out against A.J. Burnett. Kendry taking ball 1. In the air, foul. Strike 2 to Kendry Morales. Burnett went 7 innings in his last game and gave up just 1 run to Seattle. He got a no decision that day. And the game prior to that, Baltimore beat him as he gave up 6 in 7 innings.
So far, you look at it, 9 strikeouts in 5 innings. Economical in the pitch count, too, and only 83 pitches with those 9 strikeouts.
1-2 to Kendry Morales. Check swing. He did not go around. C.B. Buckner down there at third base. 2-2 to Morales. This is the only day game in the major leagues today. The Texas Rangers play at Oakland tonight. The Angels' magic number coming into the game here today, 5. Red Sox play at Kansas City tonight. And Morales hits that one in the air down the third baseline. Back maybe 1 row.
Well, that baseball tried to work its way back to fair territory. It looked like it was going to be about 5 or 6 rows out of play. Originally, Kendry looked up and said, "Oh, I better start running."
Kendry having a long at bat here. This will be the 8th pitch in this at bat. Full count to Morales. And Burnett gets him looking. Boy, that pitch in at the left-handed hitter's hip and then moving across the plate is deadly.
Well, the only way you're able to make that pitch and execute is to stay on top of that fastball, because your wrist naturally pronates when you're trying to throw a 2-seam fastball. You see that natural running action back in on the plate. Well, there's nothing you can do as a hitter. You're going, you're looking out over the plate, you freeze, and then that late movement gets the call.
1 out, Juan Rivera up there. 10 strikeouts already for Burnett. Rivera has struck out and walked today. And Juan with a base hit up the middle. 1 out, 1 on, another single for the Angels. Fiesta Angels is coming up. It's this Saturday from 10 to 4 in the stadium parking lot. There will be carnival-style attractions and games, live Latin entertainment, and a variety of food to choose from. Scheduled to appear are members of the Angels roster, Angel coaches, broadcasters, and the Strike Force. Pick up your free tickets at Northgate Market. They have 4 Anaheim locations, or Southgate, and the La Habra store also has the free tickets.
It's be a fun day. Maybe getting ready, prepare for a possible division clincher that night.
Could happen that night, certainly could. This Saturday night. Howie Kendrick, the batter. 1-0 to Howie with Rivera at first base. Kendrick fouls one straight back to the screen, 1-1. Strike two to Howie. Another tight ball game between the Angels and Yankees here today.
Boy, still a lot of movement on that fastball with velocity also.
The tendency for the right-handed hitter to give up, thinking that pitch is outside, and then it's in there for a strike. And now Howie strikes out as A.J. Burnett is racking him up today. He has struck out the side twice today. He has 2 strikeouts in this inning. And Gary Matthews coming up.
Well, that time he looked like he threw a 4-seam fastball, elevated that pitch against Howie. So he has the ability to sink the fastball and throw the true 4-seam fastball.
Matthews, a switch hitter, batting left-handed. But lefties this year are hitting just .216 against Burnett. Strike one to Gary.
Big reason is that curveball, and of course that fastball he throws into the left-hander's hip and gets the inside corner. That's why he's so successful against him.
Oh, 0-2 to Gary Matthews. The only real blemish, I think, for Burnett this year has been he's just been blasted at Fenway Park this year.
And the amazing thing, when he's a member of the Blue Jays, his numbers against the Red Sox were unbelievably good.
Here's the 0-2 to Matthews. Line shot, right center field and deep. Duncan's back on that ball, but it's over his head. He stumbles on the warning track. Coming around third, Rivera comes to the plate. He will score. A double by Matthews makes it a 1-run game, 3-2 Yankees.
Well, he tried to sneak a fastball by Gary Matthews Jr., and Gary hits that fastball oh so well, especially from the left side of the plate. Trying to go away, it was up. Mistake pitch by Burnett, didn't get that fastball down. Duncan tried to make a great play, diving head first into that warning track area. See, on top of that fastball, but it was located up in the zone. In the swing out in front, quick bat for Gary Matthews Jr.
Meeting on the mound for the Yankees as Matthews carries the potential tying run, and Damaso Marte loosens up for New York. With Mike Napoli at the plate for the Angels. Burnett jogs in to talk to Molina. They're meeting almost at the plate. Most of those meetings take place on the mound.
That's when, you know, AJ's always been a guy with great stuff, and I talk about at times to focus, but he also lets certain things and mistakes that he makes during the course of a game get to him. That's when you got to jump on that opportunity. He knew he made a mistake to Matthews.
He has 11 strikeouts. He has 25 games in his career now with 10-plus strikeouts. You often talk about trusting your stuff. You would think a guy like that could pretty well trust his stuff.
But there's always that doubt in your mind unless you're successful each and every time out. But as good as he's been throwing today, he's one swing away from not only losing that lead, but could be behind in the game.
1-1 to Napoli. Burnett looked like he almost stumbled a little bit off the mound that time. Now he's scraping at the dirt.
Slowing down the pace. His big nemesis when he slows down his pace and starts thinking too much out there about where he's going to throw the pitch instead of just rearing back, letting it go.
2-1 to Mike Napoli. Burnett definitely has the appearance right now of a guy who's a little bit bugged out there, doesn't he?
And he's like most players, perfectionist, and he's upset at himself for making a bad pitch, elevating that fastball to Gary Matthews Jr. and now is allowing that to take control of him instead of just forgetting about it and still thinking, okay, I'm up by 1 run, let me go through the inning. But Gary made him pay for it.
He's thrown 100 pitches. He's 3-1 to Napoli. And he walks Napoli. This might be the wrong guy coming to the plate, and I think Girardi senses that too. He's not going to let Burnett face Figgins. The Yankees will make a change while they still have a 3-2 lead in the bottom of the 6th.
How a guy with this type of stuff can only have 1 win in 10 starts, because he lets the little things, because he's a perfectionist. It's clear to see that. He's got great stuff. Made a mistake. Gary Matthews Jr. elevated that fastball, and instead of forgetting about it, now all of a sudden he's in a position he may end up getting a loss in this game.
He's had a lot of no decisions along the way, including his last time out when he pitched extremely well at Seattle. The Angels with a chance here, down by a run. first and second, 2 out. Figgins at the plate, and Damaso Marte on the mound for New York. Figgy takes strike 1.
Sean Figgins a single in the first, single in the third, and a double in the fifth. Now got the batting average at .302.
Strike 2 on a fastball. Figgy 3 for 3 today, but down 0-2 on the count. He's not smiling because he enjoyed it.
Well, that's a high fastball. That is at the letters. Technically, that's supposed to be a strike. The knees to the letters, but it's very rarely called.
One and 2 to Figgy. Three to 2 Yankees in the 6th. 2 men on for the Angels. Figgins pops one foul back out of play. One ball, 2 strikes. Fly ball right field. Duncan drifts back and makes the play. So the Angels get 1. And after 6, they're still $1 short. With the best deals of the summer in a fun-to-drive Mazda. We get to the 7th inning at the Big A. It's warm and sunshiny today as Jason Bolger takes over with a 6-1 record, so the starters are finished for the day.
Jason with some great numbers at 6-1 with an ERA 3.30. Power fastball. At 93-94, very good overhand curveball, similar to a A.J. Burnett type curveball.
Jose Molina leads off the 7th. The Yankees got their 3 runs in the 4th inning. That's been it. Molina whacks one to shortstop. Ibar plays the second hop and gets him. Fans, if and when the Angels clinch a spot in the postseason, the postseason rally will be Thursday, October 1st, immediately after the 3 p.m. Angel Ranger game. The event will include Angel players and alumni, also a U.S. Army parachute team, the Golden Knights, Angel playoff gear, a most avid fan contest, and a fireworks show to close out the night. Go to angelsbaseball.com to stay up to speed on the postseason rally.
Most avid fan. Roy, you got a shot.
I think I'm an underdog, but I'll give it my best.
That's all you can ask out of yourself, Rory.
Exactly.
That should be a lot of fun. When and if it ever happens.
There's no way they're going to inform Scioscia about the postseason rally until it's clinched. Two balls and no strikes now to Derek Jeter. Now 3-0 to Derek. I had the chance to chat with Scioscia on the flight home from the last road trip, and the Angels had just played Boston in that spine-tingling series, and it looks like the Red Sox will be the first playoff opponent. And I said, Mike, that would be one heck of a playoff series. His response, well, let's just get there first.
I could see him saying that.
Yep.
And staring right through you.
Just didn't,
like, don't ask it again.
Didn't even want to entertain the thought.
He's going to be wary of Derek Jeter. Already has one stolen base, 28 on the season. A great jump on Scott Kazmir the last time he was on base.
1 out, 1 on, and Jerry Hairston at the plate. And 5 pitches in a row out of the strike zone from Bolger prompts a visit from Napoli.
And when Mike Butcher looking on, Jason Bolger's throwing a lot of pitches in a tough, different role for him this year. Very difficult innings that Mike Scioscia's asking out of Jason Bolger. Trying to keep his arm strong.
He's thrown 7 pitches in this inning, just 1 strike. And that 1 strike was grounded to shortstop by Molina. And now timeout for a moment. Here comes Girardi along with the athletic trainer for the Yankees to see about Hairston.
It looks like he's out of the game right away.
Yes, he is.
Wrist? Possibly.
With Jerry Hairston being taken out right here, holding that left wrist up, that might be what's hurting him. He hasn't taken a swing at any pitches in this at bat, but he's out of the ball game.
I think the last time there was a play down there at third base, even where he had a dive or anything like that, or it could have been a swing in the on-deck circle as he prepared to go to the plate.
Well, I wonder if they'll bring A-Rod up to hit for him. A-Rod supposedly with the day off today. The home plate umpire Mike Everett has moved over near the dugout, and A-Rod is walking around in the dugout.
Looks like he's going to get the full day off today.
Sits back down, yep.
Unless a pinch hitter is needed later in the game.
Your attendant, ladies and gentlemen,
This is Pena. This is Ramiro Pena. Ramiro Pena, he is an infielder, so he could stay in the ball game after this. He is hitting .284 and has just over 100 at bats. And comes up with 1 out, 1 on, and inherits a 1-0 count. Bolger to first. Jeter's over there.
You could move would be to step off the pitching rubber at some point. Hold the ball and step off just to see if Jeter's going to give it away if he's going to try to steal.
Pena takes a strike on the outside corner. One and one to Ramiro Pena. This is his first appearance in this series. Pena was one of the September 1st call-ups for the Yankees.
More than likely a spot where Jason Bolger's going to throw a curveball here.
Prior to this season, Pena had never played above Double-A.
Now, if you're a good baseman, you guess along with pitch selection. Curveball's a much easier pitch to be able to go on. It's a sign to throw over the first base. And a lot of good base runners will guess. Okay, you're ahead of the count. Your strikeout pitch, whether it's a split finger or a slider or a curveball, that's your better chance to steal back because that ball's going to generally be in the dirt area.
And Pena strikes out swinging. First strikeout for Bolger, 2 out of the 7th.
Backup slider on him too, the all-speed pitch. He was in protect mode just to try to put that in play. The weight had already shifted. You see his hip had already locked as he was trying to get the bat through the zone, unable to even foul that one off.
Bolger's not through the inning yet as Teixeira steps in. 1 for 2 with a double. Tex takes strike 1. Teixeira leading the league in runs batted in with 118. He's second in home runs behind Carlos Pena of Tampa Bay. Oh and 1 to Tex. No balls, 2 strikes.
Good opportunity to be able to either elevate a fastball above the letters or throw that curveball in the dirt.
We threw him the breaking ball, but it wasn't in the dirt, Gooby.
Oh, that was way too good of a pitch, 0-2. Jason realizes that when you're ahead of the count like that, if you're a pitcher, the idea is to expand the strike zone, make him swing at your pitch. That's that pickoff over at first base once again.
Jeter back in there.
And all those plays are put on by Mike Scioscia as Mike Napoli looks into the dugout.
With Teixeira leading the league in runs batted in, second in home runs. If you're wondering if he has a shot at the Triple Crown, no. He's about 80 points below Joe Mauer in batting average. Mauer's having an unbelievable year. Joe Mauer is hitting .372.
And he's a catcher.
Right.
It's next to impossible to hit that well. You got to catch all those games. Your knees are killing you.
Ichiro is hitting .354, and he's 18 points behind him. 1-2 to Teixeira.
He executed that curveball much better. Good shot at that one, down and in. Now you can go right back with that same pitch. Or anytime you see a batter with an uppercut swing, they're susceptible to that high fastball inside.
He got him. Teixeira goes down swinging. Bolger has back-to-back strikeouts. And we get to the 7th inning stretch at the Big A. Another close one. 3-2 Yankees. Friday, everything in the Stadium Team store is on sale. You can get 30% off all Angel Stadium merchandise at all the locations. A great time to pick up whatever it is you've been thinking about buying. And
well, you have no excuse, Rory, for not buying me something now.
Yes, I do.
What would that be?
I'm waiting for it to get marked down further. 30% off this Friday. Bottom of the 7th inning. The Angels trailing it by a run, and Eric Ibar to lead off. Ramiro Pena stays in the game at third base. Two and 0 to Ibar. Make it 1-1 to Ibar.
Look, Ibar 0 for 9 in this series so far against the Yankees. I saw him thinking about pushing that bunt. Got 17 of them.
Good breaking ball for a strike. The heart of the Angel order up here in the bottom of the 7th. Ibar, Abreu, and Hunter. Up and in on him.
Remember, Vlad's still sitting on that bench, available as a pinch hitter for Mike Scioscia later in this game here.
So you have two pretty good possible pinch hitters, Vladdy and A-Rod. Line drive, center field, and in there for a hit. Tying run aboard for the Angels. Ibar a leadoff single in the 7th.
Well, Brett Gardner was very aggressive. He thought about diving for that ball like he did the other day. But if this gets by him, diving face first, and it's by him at all, Eric Ibar's at the very least a triple. So he came in and decided to field that off his body.
Besides that, I don't think he could catch it even with a dive.
He tried that yesterday, was it with Juan Rivera too? But he's very aggressive in the outfield.
Now Bobby Abreu, who has gone 0 for 3. He had an RBI ground ball last time up. And takes that one up and in. Marte coming inside on Abreu.
Boy, Bobby looking out over the plate, expecting the fastball outside, gets the fastball up and in on him. Marte has a couple pitches that got away from him so far in this inning.
1-0 to Abreu. One ball, one strike.
And you wonder the situation, like Scioscia put any kind of play on. Probably hasn't been asked to bunt a whole lot in his career. Marte a pretty good move to first. It's going to be difficult to straight steal against him.
Pena way back at third. And Abreu hits it right to Cano. Turn the double play. The Angels did not put a play on, and Bobby hit a tailor-made double play ball.
Boy, they haven't played perfectly. They know him very well. Former Yankee used to flip over to Derek Jeter. Ibar tried to take him out hard at second base. But Bobby unable to beat it out. Marte happy about that one. Now he's out of the ball game.
The Yankees will make a change here with 2 out and nobody on in the 7th. Still 3-2 New York. Ball game. The Yankees got all 3 of their runs in the 4th inning. The big hit was by Robbie Cano, and right now it's a 1-run New York lead. Visit farmers.com today to hear more true stories from Farmers customers and to find a SoCal agent near you. Jonathan Alabadejo is the new pitcher for New York.
Alamedejo has got a decent fastball, 88 to 91. He's got a slider, which has been inconsistent for him, and a changeup.
He's in here to pitch to Torrey Hunter with 2 out in the bottom of the 7th. The Angels have out-hit the Yankees tonight 8-6. Hunter takes strike 1, outside corner fastball. One ball, one strike. It's a pleasant mask.
It's a very good look. Quite comfortable in the heat today, too, I think.
There's a shot to right field. Duncan won't get there. It's in the corner. Hunter's going for 2, and Torrey is safe with a slide. A 2-out double for Torrey Hunter. And that is career hit number 1,500. He's been waiting a few days for that.
Boy, they were staying away on fastballs, and this time he looked out over the plate, stepped towards towards first base, and hit that ball hard to right field for a double. And of course, going hard to get in scoring position for Kendry Morales.
Phil Koch is warming up in the bullpen, and they might be going to him. Reggie Willits has the baseball in his hand. Hit number 1,500 for Torrey. And the Yankees are going to the pen again. Dino Ebel threw that baseball out of play. We'll be back to the Big A. It's still 3-2 Yankees.
Outside the box, Torrey Hunter going for hit number 1,500. Gets a fastball out over the plate, punches it in the right field for a double. Congratulations to Torrey Hunter and a knuckleball. Dino over to Reggie Willits, and that is our Jack in the Box outside the box.
Torrey gets his 1,500th hit. Now he'd like to score the tying run in this ball game. Phil Koch on the mound for the Yanks. 4-3, 4.82. Facing Kendry Morales. They turn Kendry around and have him bat right-handed. And he fouls the first pitch back, strike 1.
Phil Koch wasn't feeling real good the first 2 games this year. He wasn't available, but back in there today trying to turn Kendry around to the right side.
0-1 to Morales. And that one gets by Jose Molina. Hunter's at third. And the Angels have the tying run 90 feet away. Wild pitch by Koch.
That's the 7th wild pitch now for Phil Koch. Now that pressure, you take away that slider down and in. She doesn't want to overthrow it and have that pitch tie the game.
The Yankees have already used 4 pitchers today, and they have Ian Kennedy warming up. The starter, A.J. Burnett, went 5 2/3. One and one to Morales. Torrey had to turn his back on that smash down the third base line.
Talking about seeing that baseball and getting that bat head going quickly. And he almost took out Torrey Hunter. How quick this was. The perfect time for Kenny to get RBI number 100 on the season.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Two and two to Kendry. Two balls, 2 strikes. And Kendry goes down swinging. Koch gets the strikeout with a breaking ball. The Angels leave the potential tying run at third. Still 3-2 Yankees heading to the 8th. Yankees. Hideki Matsui will lead off the 8th. He walked and scored in the 4th. The Yankees got all 3 of their runs in the 4th inning. Matsui hits a liner to center field, caught by Torrey Hunter.
Good jump again by Torrey. Also good feeling if you're a pitcher on the mound. That one pitch and get it out quickly. Get that offense back in gear. He was with 2 hits last inning, but unable to score.
Pinch hitter here is going to be Eric Hinsky. Hinske will bat for Duncan. He's hitting .242. Both of these teams have a day off tomorrow. For the Angels, it's their final day off. The Yankees also have next Thursday off. And Friday, the Angels open up a home series with Oakland. Friday night, the Yankees open up a home series with the Red Sox, meaning they could clinch the division title with the Red Sox on the field. 0-1 to Eric Hinske. One ball, one strike. They missed the playoffs last year after having made it 13 straight seasons. Well, they're back in this year.
Well, Judge, we've already had a lot of pressure on them coming into this season. His first year at the helm, they didn't make the playoffs. A lot of injuries. Their pitching staff wasn't consistent. They spent a lot of money during the offseason bringing CC Sabathia, A.J. Burnett, Mark Teixeira. And they're back.
That they are. They are back with the best record in baseball, as a matter of fact. Looking like they'll play the Tigers in the first round of the playoffs if the Tigers can hold off the Twins in the Central Division. Hinske, as a pinch hitter, draws a walk. Well, let's take a look at the American League races. The Angels have a 7.5 game lead over Texas, magic number 5. The Yankees' magic number is 6 to win the division. They've already clinched a playoff spot. The Tigers, they just need to think about winning games and not worry about the magic number. The Red Sox are getting down to it as far as the wild card is concerned.
I think the Tigers and the Twins play each other 4 times that last week of the season.
One out, one on. Robbie Cano at the plate. Toss over to first where Eric Hinske has been taken out. Pinch runner for the Yankees is Freddie Guzman. One out, one on. The Yankees looking for a possible insurance run here in the 8th.
He's been one of their top prospects this last year alone. Stole 71 bases, so very fast. So Jason Bolger's got to keep an eye on him. He's got a pretty good sized lead. You don't see that too often, that far, that front foot by the cutoff of the grass.
Big lead, and he's going. He'll make it without a throw. Boy, Guzman got off to a gigantic lead, and Napoli had that ball pop out of his glove.
Second day in a row in which Mike Scioscia guessed right on the pitch out, but the catcher didn't execute it the right way. Boy, straight steal, you could tell, straight steal. That time Bolger threw the ball exactly where you wanted to on a throwing side. Mike Napoli unable to catch and throw.
They blew the pitch out, but I don't think he would have had him anyway. Guzman's jump was tremendous and his lead was big. 1-0 to Cano. Ground ball to the right side. Gets Guzman over to third base, but now with 2 outs. And the batter will be Melky Cabrera. Melky has a couple of hits today. Bolger has that hard curveball in the dirt. And you have to watch out for a wild pitch here with Guzman at third.
You also got to be reminded that if you're a catcher there, to be able to be prepared to square your body up to keep it in front of you.
Strike one to Cabrera. After this for the Angels, 10 games left in the regular season. 3 with Oakland, 4 with Texas, and then 3 more with Oakland in Oakland. Right back up the middle. Bolger hasn't hit him, and that gets him an out. Jason Bolger gets an out the hard way and gets out of the inning. Still a 1-run game.
Junior, that's what they need, that combo now. That is our Lexus pursuing perfection. Or I was still jumping out of the way. Still got flashbacks of line drives up the middle.
You don't like to see that,
No,
do you?
no. Woo, I'm taking a deep breath right now.
Ian Kennedy, originally from Long Beach, went to USC, lives in the Las Vegas area now, and he's in the ball game here in the bottom of the 8th. Jose Molina chatting with him before he starts the inning and faces Juan Rivera. Kennedy, 24 years old, and a first-round pick of the Yankees.
Sinking fastball, 85 to 89. Good curveball and a changeup. Battling back for some injuries.
Juan Rivera up there. Juan has a single and a walk in today's game. The pinch runner Guzman stays in the game. He's in left field now for the Yankees. And they moved Melky Cabrera over to right. So they have the great arm in right field now. There's Melky. 1-1 to Rivera, who shoots one to third where it is caught. Nice play. Pena, who just came in last inning.
Well, that reactionary position, that's a rocket. Well, that's a double. lead off the inning with a double. Instead, line drive out. Good reflexes.
Cradled it in there nicely. One out, Howie Kendrick at the plate. Kennedy trying to get this game to the 9th inning for New York. Last night, Mariano Rivera saved the game. I assume we'd see him again today if they can get to him.
His pitch count wasn't too high last night. Definitely back in there today.
2-1 to Howie Kendrick.
Wow, that was a 2-0 pitch. Looked like it might have been off the plate. Jose Molina did a nice job of bringing that back to the corner. See right there off the plate. See him bringing it back in and give Mike Everett a better look. Got the benefit of that pitch.
We've seen Jose catch enough games to know he's very good at that.
See, the key when you bring back a pitch and frame it, you don't move your whole body. All he did was bring his wrist in slightly to be able to frame that pitch. Because umpires don't like it when you move your whole body and move the whole glove. Try to sneak a pitch in there.
2-2 to Howie Kendrick. And he's hit by the pitch. The Angels put the potential tying run on base on a hit batter. A mistake by Kennedy.
Or a fastball running to get that right arm, forearm area. There's always that threat of a stolen base for Howie. He's got 10 stolen bases.
Gary Matthews drove in a run with a double last time up. 3-2 Yankees in the bottom of the 8th. These two teams playing another one of these playoff type games.
Boy, as shallow as Brett Gardner was playing last night, he's playing almost back at the wall right now, preventing doubles. So a base hit, fall in front of him rather easily.
Back in there. Teixeira with the sunglasses still on, and the shadows are just creeping out around the plate right now. Matthews takes ball 1.
Pitch out of the zone there. More than likely takes away the possibility that Joe Girardi would go a pitch out in this spot.
One and one to Gary Matthews. Dino Ebel, the third base coach for the Angels. Kendrick watching him. 1-1 to Gary Matthews. Inside, he almost hit Gary with it.
See Dino giving the sign. Gary looking down, and Howie. Now we got a 2-1 count, 1 out. See that a lot. Where they go for the hit and run now.
Now here's Girardi and the athletic trainer coming out again.
Sure, Jose Molina's okay when he reached down for that slider down and in on Gary Matthews Jr. Might have tweaked something. See right here, reaching for that slider.
Jose stays out there for an extra few seconds to talk to the pitcher. Also staying in the game. Ian Kennedy has hit one batter in this inning and almost hit Matthews there. It's 2-1. Three and one to Gary.
Now 3-1 count, a good fastball count for Gary Matthews Jr. He doesn't want to take a chance at walking him here by throwing an off-speed pitch. So it could be a good pitch for Gary to drive. And with Howie's speed, a chance to at least get to third. These outfielders are playing so deep for the Yankees here.
Strike two. Matthews started to toss the bat away, but it's a full count now.
A fastball again. Everett's been calling that fastball up. You see again the frame by Jose Molina moved the glove down to give Everett a better look.
Howie Kendrick on a 3-2 pitch, probably going. Kendrick is running. Matthews walks. A hit batter and a walk now opening the door for the Angels in the bottom of the 8th. And the pitching coach, Dave Island, going out now.
You know, Meister's going to pinch hit for Mike Napoli in this spot. Lefty versus Ian Kennedy, who's having a tough time commanding that fastball right now.
And Meister is Turris, who's been a terrific clutch hitter, getting set to pinch hit. Two men on, one out is Turris. Stepping in to bat left-handed against Kennedy.
Meister had a big hit in that comeback last night. Very clutch hitter. Very good with runners in scoring position.
A couple of tough hitters here in this circumstance with his Turris and Figgins after him. Josh Towers is getting ready in the Yankee bullpen in case they need him. The only out in this inning has been that line drive to third. Strike two is Turris.
You see the shadows now crossing home plate. Difficult at times to pick up for a hitter.
Oh, 1 to Meister. 0-2. Ian Kennedy has not had pinpoint control in this inning, but he's ahead of his Turris, 0-2. Just missed there.
Tried that two-seam fastball we saw out of A.J. Burnett early in the game, running at that hip, try to get that inside corner. Just a bit of inside, not by a lot.
One ball, two strikes. His Turris hangs in.
Boy, as a hitter right now with that shadow coming across here in protect mode. To shorten up your swing, try to punch it, put it in play.
The bat goes flying as Meister strikes out. As Turris lost that bat, it ends up down past first base. And that's the second out in the inning.
Right away, that bat slipped right out of Meister's hands. Saw that last night on a swing, and it ended up hitting Posada on the bicep area. Pretty good bat throw, though.
They got good distance on it. Sean Figgins. 2 for 4 with a couple of singles his first 2 times up today. 2 out, 2 on. Figgies back up over the 300 mark, hitting .301. The Angels in this inning have a hit batter and a walk. And now a 2-0 count to Figgins. Last night, the Angels in a 6-5 loss stranded 12 base runners. Today, so far, they've left 9. And they have 2 more out there with 2 outs here in the 8th. 2-0 to Figgins. Three and 0. Ibar on deck. Unless Kennedy throws some strikes here, Ibar would bat with the bases loaded. Kennedy's thrown 22 pitches, 10 strikes. Ball 4 to Figgins. The Angels in this inning have a hit batter and 2 walks to load the bases. And Eric Ibar coming up. Tony Pena, that's who Girardi was talking to. Tony Pena is the bench coach for the Yankees.
In a base loaded situation, that first pitch is always the key. Center a fastball, make sure it's in your spot, you can drive it.
Ibar swings, he didn't get the fastball. Strike 1. Bases loaded, 2 out. Kennedy's 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
And all day long, Eric's been swinging at that pitch down and in, the breaking pitch.
Ibar singled his last time up. Kennedy ahead of him 0-2.
He's got to come right back in with that same pitch. Also the danger of bouncing that one in the dirt.
They won a conference. They want to talk about it. Molina and Kennedy ahead on the count, 0-2 to Ibar.
Jose Molina's going out to tell Kennedy here a couple times in his game already. Eric Ibar has swung over top of a breaking pitch down and in. He's shown it this at bat also. He obviously wanted to go that pitch. Maybe Ian Kennedy didn't want to, but it's the veteran over the youngster out on the mound, winning out.
Here it comes 0-2. And he couldn't quite hang on to it. Boy, it looked like he was going to get him with that pitch.
He threw it, that pitch too, right in again. He just barely fouled it. It was in the glove and then out. Maybe the break the Angels need right there.
Ibar just barely survives. The Angels with nary a hit in the inning, but they have the bases loaded. And Ibar now has fouled off a couple of 2-strike pitches.
Boy, they're staying in with that same exact pitch.
If you throw it to him enough times, maybe he'll get used to it and hit it.
Well, the big thing, too, is the more breaking pitches you throw, the more tendencies you are to hang one. And that's the one you have to take advantage of if you're a hitter. So far, Kennedy's executed 4 very good pitches in that inside part of the plate.
Kennedy backs off. It's still 0-2.
Mickey trying to communicate. Eric Ibar telling him to keep that front shoulder in. He's opening it up. It's like it is for a pitcher. That front shoulder, when it flies open, whether you're a hitter or you're a pitcher, it opens up your hip, and then you take it away your swing and your power to be able to center up a baseball.
This pitch coming up is going to be the 28th of the inning thrown by Ian Kennedy. 2 out, bases loaded. And Ibar hits a fly ball into left field. Guzman makes the catch, and the Angels leave him loaded. The Angels have stranded 12. We go to the 9th inning, 3-2 New York.
Five. Been outstanding throughout his Angel career for Mike Scioscia. Fastball 90-91. Good curveball. It was in a slider and a changeup.
Jeff Mathis takes over behind the plate in the 9th inning. And the left-handed hitting Brett Gardner to lead off for the Yankees in the 9th. The Angels have out-hit the Yanks 9-6 today, but the Yankees scored 3 runs in the 4th inning, and so far they've made it hold up. One and 0 to Brett Gardner. One ball, one strike. These games the Angels and Yankees have played here in the latter part of the season, they've all been close, hard-fought contests with a lot of managerial moves and pitching changes. Long in terms of time of game, just both guys not wanting to give an inch.
When you look at the Yankees, the Red Sox, generally long games because of seeing a lot of pitches. The Angels have been seeing a lot of pitches themselves this season, more patient. You're right, a lot of changes. Wow, what a nice pitch by Darren Oliver to get that strikeout.
Strikes out Gardner. 1 out. Molina coming up.
Well, this pitch had a great break to it off the outside corner. Started middle part of the plate and end up beyond the batter's box for a right-handed batter.
Jose Molina takes ball 1. Fly ball right field. Toward the line goes Gary Matthews. 2 out. The Angels do have the heart of their order due up in the 9th inning. It'll be Abreu, Hunter, and Morales. Derek Jeter bats with 2 out here in the top of the 9th. Jeter 0 for 3 with a walk today. Meanwhile, the Yankees have brought A-Rod out on deck. That's Pena's spot in the batting order. So if Jeter gets on, A-Rod will bat and then stay in the game at third base.
Amazing how far A-Rod stays away from that on-deck circle, too.
Well, he might as well just go up there and get right behind the umpire. Then he could see even better.
I'm a real big fan of that. I always thought you were supposed to, rules say, stay at least close to that on-deck circle. It's pretty far away.
One ball, 2 strikes to Derek Jeter, who hobbles around a little bit after that one. Off the foot. Jeter hitting .328. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Derek.
Had to come right back with that same pitch, down and in breaking ball.
Right back up the middle, and it's through for a base hit. That means A-Rod will bat. Alex Rodriguez being announced as a pinch hitter here with 2 out in the top of the 9th.
Oliver tried to kick at that baseball to slow it down. It's by the pitching rubber. Bounces right by the second base bag.
Alex Rodriguez has done nothing as a pinch hitter in his career. Strike 1. Two out, Jeter at first in a 3-2 ball game. One and one to A-Rod. Ground ball to the right side, and stepping on the bag, Morales ends the inning. We're heading to the bottom of the 9th. Abreu, Hunter, and Morales with the Angels down by a run. The Angels have stranded 12 men on base. Rivera saved the game last night, his 41st, and today trying to do it again. And not only that, Gooby, but the Angels are facing Rivera, who is standing in the bright sunlight, while the hitter will be in the shadows.
Man, and I'm going to give you a nice scouting report on him. He's going to have some different pitches tonight. He's going to have a fastball and another fastball.
What about a cut fastball?
A variety of fastball, the cut fastball.
Well, it's not going to be easy, but the Angels do have the heart of their batting order coming up. Bobby Abreu to lead off against Rivera. Bobby Abreu 0 for 4 today. He did have an RBI on a ground ball. A-Rod stays in the game at third base. Strike one to Abreu.
Well, that's that cut fastball right away.
'39-year-old Mariano Rivera. That's in the air into shallow left center. A leadoff bloop single for Bobby Abreu.
Well, you're going to see that a lot of those against Rivera because he throws that cut fastball in, breaking bats, flares into the outfield. Very tough to center up a pitch when it's coming in on your hands. See how he tucked his hands in. The cut fastball got in below the barrel of the bat, but still strong enough to fight it in there for a base hit.
The potential tying run on base and the winning run at the plate. Torrey Hunter, who doubled last time up. Abreu back in easily. Three to 2 Yankees in the bottom of the ninth. Torrey has a few hits against Rivera, but also has struck out 5 times. Oh, 0-1 to Torrey. Just over 35,000 here. Final game of this series. The Oakland A's will be here starting Friday night. Hunter swings and misses, strike 2. High fastball.
Well, most times pitchers try to stay away from going inside late in the game, because that's where you make mistakes to give up the home run. But his ability to be able to stay inside both against righties and lefties doesn't allow the power hitters to be able to get their arms extended.
0-2 to Torrey Hunter. Foul tips it back to the screen.
That was the mistake that time.
Top step of the dugout for the Angels. Vladdy's there, available as a pinch hitter perhaps, if they need him. Oh, 0-2 to Torrey Hunter. Up and in on Torrey.
Up and in with that fastball. And that's the pitch with Torrey trying to get out of the way. That abdomen problem certainly still bothered him. Especially when you got shadows to deal with, then you throw a 92-mile-an-hour fastball when you're looking out over the plate.
Abreu at first, nobody out. 1-2 to Torrey Hunter. 2-2. Molina held it there an extra second, but Everett wouldn't bite. The Angels got the leadoff man aboard against Rivera last night, but the next batter hit into a double play. Two balls, two strikes to Torrey Hunter. Swing and a miss. One out in the ninth.
Boy, a cut fastball off the outside corner after cut fastballs at the inside corner. Very difficult for Torrey to put that in play. Cut fastball on the outside corner. Fastball inside. Cut fastball out over the plate. That was the one pitch. Then an up and in fastball. Cutter inside again. Another cutter on the outside corner. That 1-1 pitch was out over the plate. Was the one spot in which Rivera made a mistake. Torrey just fouled that one straight back. Keep in mind, Vladdy's available. 3 for 7 in his career against Rivera. So Mike Scioscia still has that option to go to Vladdy.
Kendry Morales, when he singled his first time up, it made him 6 for his last 6. But since then, he has struck out 3 consecutive times. Abreu at first base, 1 out, bottom of the ninth. Strike 1 to Kendry Morales. Mariano Rivera, one of the all-time greats. One and one.
Well, that was a pitch that Kendry took 3-2 yesterday, ended up getting that walk against Rivera. Same spot.
One ball, two strikes. Kendry Morales trying to come up with a big clutch hit right here. Maybe we can't complain that much about A-Rod's on-deck circle if you look down where Juan Rivera is standing.
Yeah, but he's wearing a Yankee uniform, so we can complain a little louder.
One ball, two strikes. Strike 3 swinging. And Kendry Morales has struck out 4 straight times in this game.
Well, the cutter on the outside corner was up. It's a very difficult pitch to even foul off. It starts off the plate and just barely catches the corner.
Juan Rivera at the plate now with 2 out. Boy, it's tough to pick up that ball coming out of the sunlight, especially with a pitcher this good.
And your approach as a hitter has got to be, you got to look to hit the ball the other way. He's saying that cut fastball on the outside corner is almost impossible to try to pull that baseball. So you just got to look away and drive the ball to right center if you're Juan Rivera.
0-1 to Juan. Lined into right center, but playable. Gardner comes over and makes the catch, and that's the ball game. The Yankees score 3 runs in the 4th inning, and they stand up. Yankees 3, Angels 2, our final, as the